professor in the Department of Pharmaceutical Microbiology at the University of Ibadan. I do research on antimicrobial resistance and on diarrheal pathogens and bloodborne pathogens, including Salmonella typhi. I do research in collaboration with scientists in the Faculty of Pharmacy and clinicians in the College of Medicine. It was an enormous opportunity to be able to moderate a panel with well-recognizable names. Bill Gates was on the panel, as was the Prime Minister of Belgium, Alexander De Croo, and the Minister of Education and Research from Germany, Bettina Stark-Watzinger. It was a pleasure to be able to ask them what they thought was needed for innovation, but also what was needed to move innovation forward, both in their national context and on a more global context. And all of them actually emphasized the importance of African science in moving forward. One, in innovation, and two, in ensuring that innovations get used. So for us, I mean, those of us who do research in Nigeria, it was actually quite pleasing to hear that our research is noticed by people outside of the continent who may not be aware of some of the challenges that we have to deal with. You know, we're fortunate to receive funding from Bill Gates, but he may not be aware that it takes almost a year from the time that the money is sent in for us to actually draw it on the other side. We are fortunate that we can domicile some of these funds in the College of Medicine, and when the College of Medicine is able, they can give us a credit advance so that we can start work. But still, it's very difficult to work under those conditions. Consumables all have to come in from the outside. But then there's a counterbalance. We have the smartest students in the world. The little we do, when we do it, it has major impact. And so this is one of the reasons why it's a real pleasure to do research at the University of Ibadan. Yeah, we have a lot of bright minds in Nigeria, and it's very, very important to make it easy for them to do research. A number of our students leave after we have trained them because of the environment in which they work. So one of the examples that I gave, how long it takes for us to get funds transferred, there's two major things at the core of that. First of all, when I first started to do research, that wasn't the situation, because our funds came in through commercial banks, we could monitor them, it made for transparency, but now all funding for scientific research at public universities comes to a single account. And just the bureaucracy that brings makes it very, very difficult to be able to retrieve your funds and change your funds into local currency when necessary, and even to send funds over to collaborators in other countries. The other thing that comes with it is that just as science requires a high level of skill, so does research administration. So as we build expertise among our students to do science, we're also working with our administrators at the University of Ibadan to build the competence in administering the science so that we can actually get things done when we want to do them. So having support for those two things would actually help very much smart scientists in Nigeria be able to do their work and be encouraged to stay there and do the science in Nigeria. You know, many of the people leaving are actually my own mentees, so I actually understand their motivations for leaving. But then the other thing that it's important to understand is that the opportunities to discover things in Nigeria are unprecedented. We have so many questions to ask and so few people asking them, that if you find yourself in a good research situation, the opportunity to actually be able to make discoveries is very, very great. Now that also links into the importance of providing people who want to do that with the right context to be able to do it. Supportive situations for young scientists so that they can develop their expertise without having to worry about many of the things that are in our society. I think that's really important. It's something that our government and our society can do in order to retain talent in our country.